Welcome to Sag season. Hallelujah. If you made it out of the depths from Scorpio season with the sun in Scorpio and the Venus Scorpio transit, congratulations. Congratulations. We are into some new energy and we are almost through this year. Hang in there. This has been the whole year. It's been a year of transformation and death and growth and shedding of the skin. It's been the year of the snake, which is all about shedding of your skin and transforming. And next year, 2026, is going to be the year of the horse. So if you're already feeling the momentum and the energy pickup, good, because it is. It is. It's getting better. So we have quite a few new transits, energy shifts. So I want to get into that, talk about a few. Mainly, um, of course, us being in Sag season now, but also um, uh, Jupiter in Cancer, and what that means. And then also Mercury being direct after being retrograde for a while, being retrograde in Scorpio. So we're going to get into a few of the planetary aspects. I'll give an overview of what's where, but we're going to focus mainly on Jupiter, Cancer, and then Mercury in Scorpio. Um, because because of the wonderful things that it does. All right, so uh Sag season, of course it's fire. um but if you think of temperance in tarot, temperance is about balance and spiritual wisdom, and much more than that too. It's also inner alchemy, alchemization, if I could say it, alchemization in general. So um, when you think of Sag, think of and also Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, even though Jupiter is in Cancer right now, which is where it's exalted. But if you think about Sag season, it's a time for, it usually encourages a time for truth, release, expansion, and growth, because it is ruled by Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion, growth, luck. It's also our planet associated with luck. So those are all things associated with Sagittarius. And then think the momentum, because fire, and then of course the centaur, with Sag being uh, part horse, and then us getting out of this year of the snake into the year of the horse coming up. So it's just, everything is just playing out in divine timing as it should. So, what does this mean? Well, let me tell you the transits first. We have a couple of things in Sag right now, aside from the sun. We also have Venus in Sag, and then we also have Mars in Sag. So, and then we have Mercury in Scorpio, and we have Saturn and Neptune, which were in retrograde but have gone direct. Those are both in Pisces right now. Of course, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and it's our, dreamy, watery planet. And then Saturn, our planet of structure and time and karma and work. So that's all in Pisces right now. And then we have the moon and Jupiter in Cancer. And of course, Cancer is ruled by the moon and Jupiter is exalted in the moon. So what that means is um, it does really well there. Jupiter is at its strongest in Cancer. So, and then when you think of Cancer, think of, it having to do with home and family and nurturing. So with Jupiter in Cancer, think of it as expanding all of those areas. And of course, um, you'd want to look at your houses to see which, if you know your birth chart, you'd want to look at which house and any of these signs are in, and or planets, to see how it's going to affect you personally. But on a grand scale, I'm going to touch how it's going to affect all of us. I know for myself, I'm a Scorpio rising. So this energy and I'm a fire sign. So um, this energy has been quite transformational for me in a welcoming way. I welcome transformation. Anything that, you know, don't hold on to it. Let it go. Any um, self-limiting beliefs or outdated beliefs and fear-based thinking, anything buried in your subconscious that's weighing you down and keeping you stuck or unable to unable to be your best self. It's these transits and these energies are help you to be able to transition and release some of these things. So again, Sag welcomes opportunity for truth, release, expansion, and growth. And then um, with Venus being in Sag and Mars being in Sag, it's it's typically going to be around relationships. Really, we're all mirrors of each other anyway. So to me, everything is in relation to relationships, whether it be your your significant other, your coworkers, your family, your friends. We're all in this together, even on a grand scale, on a political level, which I'm not going to get into because that's not my area of expertise. But um, this is on a grand scale, so on a collective scale. So let's talk about Jupiter in Cancer. And we already said, it operates at its highest strength in Cancer. But how that looks is it's going to expand emotional intelligence, your intuition, your nurturing energy, and the desire to create safety around your home and your family. So it could bring deep emotional nourishment and a chance to heal some of these inner wounds, um, inner emotional wounds related to child from childhood, and even some that you've come in with karmically from past lives. So it's really an opportunity to heal emotional wounds related to and around family, heal your inner child. So it's also a good time to do shadow work, um, and um, also heal things related to emotional security. So um, pay attention to your dreams, and yeah, my dream. I'll get into it, but let me not get off track. But yes, pay really close attention to your dreams. Your dreams may be really off the chart right now. Expect really heightened intuition and uh, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So I believe we're at intuition. So Cancer is already an intuitive sign, and with Jupiter being in it right now, it's going to expand that intuition. So dreams. So pay attention to your dreams right now. You could feel, or um, what that means really is having more prophetic dreams, synchronicities, and then also downloads. So, and then also stronger communication with spirit. And that also, too, has a lot to do with Scorpio, with Mercury being in Scorpio right now. that also lends to that energy because the veil is really thin. If you think of Scorpio, um, ruler of the underworld, it's ruled by Pluto and Mars. Um, but if you think of Scorpio, yeah, it's like it's the underworld. It's the deep underbelly, and so um, and also very intuitive, as is all the water signs. But expect pay attention to your dreams because, again, prophetic dreams. Um, what else? Also, a heavy sense of protection energy around this time. Cancer is associated with the cosmic mother, the 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 moon. When you think of our luminaries, the sun and the moon, the mother and the father, um, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So it's kind of like it kind of acts as like a spiritual shield and emotional protection. So and blessings over your family and your home, and then also your personal life. So you may feel more held during this time. It's a sensitive time. Cancer is a very sensitive, emotional sign. It's associated with the cups in the tarot, which has to do with emotions um, and feelings. So you may feel extra held during this time and guided and watched over, and know that you are. I know I've felt that way. I've felt um, extra protective over myself and my space and my energy and my home and my spiritual practice. And I feel safe. I feel protected. I feel guided. Um, I feel all of these things as you should as well. So it's also a very abundant time. Again, Jupiter is associated with abundance, expansion, luck, wealth. Um, so abundance, though, through emotional alignment. So think if Jupiter brings wealth, think Cancer, but Cancer attracts abundance through feelings, and it happens when you feel safe and you trust your intuition. You honor your home based off your spiritual practices and your beliefs. Um, it's a powerful time to manifest through your emotions and how you're feeling. So pay attention to that. Cancer manifests again through feelings, and um, so your emotional world, your emotional alchemy, really, I should say, becomes supercharged during this time. So think temperance again in tarot. Okay, so uh, Mercury and Scorpio, yeah, Mercury and Scorpio. What that means, the focus of that transit is also truth, psychology, transformation, secrets, power dynamics, the unseen world. Again, it rules the underworld. um, Brings clarity to old fears, emotional triggers, outdated beliefs, and subconscious programming. Hence, why it is a good time to do shadow work, because a lot of these things will be bubbling up to the surface, maybe even in your dreams. Especially for me, I know the last couple of days, last 2 nights in a row, or mornings really, because I specifically remember them in the morning. But I've had very vivid dreams where um, it was obviously letting go of old subconscious buried material, maybe even from from past lives, and but definitely from past relationships, old, really old relationships. So um, I know I've been releasing, and I'm like, great. That's great, because I know the more you are able to shed energetically, is the more space you're able to create for expansion, for the things that are aligned with you and ready to come in, your manifestations. So you'll notice people revealing more, maybe um, not unconsciously or not, maybe not deliberately, but people revealing more, maybe even more open to revealing more, um, secrets coming out, sudden insights and powerful breakthroughs. This reminds me, okay, so last night I watched the movie Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters, and I thought, I don't know why I thought it was a series, but it's a movie. I was prepared to binge watch this series, thinking, let me see what the hoopla is about, because I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and I wanted to check it out. So anyway, I sat down. I'm actually glad it was a movie, because an hour and a half out of my time, or however long it was, is much more um, chewable than a whole series, which, I don't watch TV hardly anymore. So I don't watch shows hardly anymore, or movies. So, I really have to be committed to sit down to watch something. And I was relieved that it was only an hour and a half, but it was profound. Okay, it was profound. Um, I was like 10 minutes in, and I was like, oh, okay, I see. But it's literally teaching people how to, for one, radical acceptance of yourself, and how to integrate your shadow in order to fight your demons, and not have your demons control you. Instead, you fight your demons by radical acceptance and integrating your shadow. So it's they really did good with that one. And the music was catchy. That song, free, wait, how does it go? Free, oh man, I can't sing. But there's a song where, if you watch it or whatever, but there's a song where the boy demon, I don't want to give anything away either, but there's a duet with one of the guys from the boy band, and then one of the girls from the girl band do a duet. And I've actually heard it on Spotify before, but I didn't have any association to it. But when I heard it, I liked it. So then when I heard it on the movie, I was like, this hits. So I was singing along. um, yeah, the soundtrack hits, and it's cool, it's cute, it's poppy, but it's fun, and the message is clear. So if you feel inclined, check it out. But anyway, powerful breakthroughs, deeper psychic perception, which means multi-layered intuitive clarity. So expect clarity on multiple layers when it comes to your intuition, and some things you may be processing that you may not have been clear on before. You may have sudden insights, like the Ace of Swords in tarot, so, or the Ace of Wands. I feel like my voice is I feel like my voice is froggy. Anyway, look at him. You see him in the box. He's I'm glad to see him there, because lately he's been just so up on me, right up on me everywhere. If I'm sitting here, he's sitting there. If I'm in the bed, he's right on me, like right next to me. And he hasn't been on his tree lately. So, and I'm also glad to see him sleeping, because the whole time I was curating this message and working, I was like, Spirit, get your cat. Spirit, get your cat. He's driving me crazy. So anyway, personally for me, this transit has been exceptionally transformational. I feel like I've been kind of in the womb. Um, again, because I do have a Scorpio rising, I feel kind of at home in this energy. And because you know, I've been alchemizing emotions and my feelings and sitting with it. I've spent um, significant amounts of time in solitude and isolation. And that doesn't mean I'm not getting out, don't get me wrong. But as far as, in my own energy and in my own space, it's not new to me. So I do kind of like the hermit. I'm kind of like the hermit in this regard, where I honor this time and this space in order to um, get clarity, and not only get clarity, but um, get clear on what it is I want, what it is I want to bring in, what it is I need to let go. It really has, um, how do I want to word that? I feel like I'm stepping into my spiritual purpose, and um, deeper into my healing abilities and gifts. So I I really am looking forward to 2026 and what 2026 has to bring with the year of the horse. And I the shedding of it's like it's been like the never ending shedding of the skin. It's like, ugh, it agonizing. And it it felt kind of like, in a way, it could feel like stagnation, but it wasn't. It was more like um, a purposeful pause, like one that was out of anybody's control. I'm sure this has to resonate with somebody. um, so let me know how it does and if it does, because I'm curious to know how this transit has helped benefit you, or how it's affected you, and what you're looking forward to, what you're calling in, and how what you're calling in for 2026, and what that looks like for you. So um, that's pretty much all I have for the planetary aspects. I did I'm I did bookmark a page out of my book that I wanted to read to you guys. I'm reading a library book right now called The Laws of Spirit, by Dan Millman, and I came to the law of balance. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. I just want to read the beginning chapter, because to me it's totally relevant, especially during Sag season. And temperance is all about balance too, in addition to alchemizing. So, the law of balance, finding the middle way. If gravity is the glue that holds the universe together, balance is the key that unlocks its secrets. Balance applies to our body, mind, and emotions, to all levels of our being. It reminds us that anything we do, we can overdo or underdo, and that if the pendulum of our lives or habits swings too far to one side, it will inevitably swing to the other. So I hope that's helpful. I mean, finding the middle way, balance. If you're in a transition right now where you're not quite out of that shedding of the skin phase, and you're still in a really um you're still in the depths. You're still in the scorpionic depths, and maybe fighting transformation, or still making or understanding the transformation. Um, just know that whenever you find yourself too far in the weeds, um, you know, the pendulum always does swing. So just aim for balance and the middle way, and hope that helps. Um, I do have my tarot out. Actually had a channeled message out from earlier. I had sat with the cards. I pulled, what did I pull? Oh God, I put them away. Oh, but they're all right here. Ha ha ha. I don't know if I want to do these cards or if I want to pull all new cards for you. I can't tell how far we are into the video since I had to stop it earlier. Well, real quick, I guess I'll do the channeled message. I pulled 6 cards, but there's 7th card at the bottom of the deck. But I pulled the 4 of Pentacles. I'll read the channel message based off of the cards that I pulled. Was the 4 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, 7 of Voices in this deck, in reverse, the Chariot, which is Cancerian, the Empress, the Magician, and the 3 of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I'll read to you what I channeled. Hopefully I can read my own writing. And it was based off of the cards that I pulled, sitting with the cards and interpreting them, writing fast. So, all right. Blossoming and opening to multidimensionality. Shadow is converging into light and vice versa. The shadows are integrating in order to rein in opposing aspects within the self for forward aligned movement. Planetary movement in alignment and attuned to the cosmos and cyclical nature of existence versus time. Time is an illusion. Things operate cyclically. Where am I? Attuned to the cosmos and cyclical nature of existence versus time. You are opening to your abilities to co-create your realities in this multidimensional experience as spirit made corporeal in alliance with spirit in non-corporeal form. We are cosmic beings made of stardust and earth. We are one in the same. The same fundamental building blocks, and now we are being called to remember our origins as co-collaborators of the new paradigms to this, as the new paradigm to the new matrix as the old false matrix collapses. We are being called back to compassion and origins as openness. Earth, as we've known it, has rebirthed, and as a human species, we are changing consequently and evolving. This may be a time of confusion and uncertainty, but guidance is here and will be given every step of the way. Do not fall or lose yourself to the illusions created to help keep you trapped and bound, imprisoned to the old matrix based on and ran off of fear and control. You are sovereign beings of light. What does that say? I can't read my own writing. Earthbound by choice and purpose. Come back to that purpose and evolve as the earth does, as the earth has. All right. So that was the channeled message based off of these cards. I'll show them to you again. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Voices in reverse, which is 7 of Swords, the Chariot, the Empress, the Magician, Three of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Cups, Seven of Emotions, which is the Seven of Cups. That was at the bottom of the deck. All right, so don't mind me. So open up to love, integrate your shadow, release fear, open to infinite possibilities, consciously create your reality, and be open to collaboration versus competition. Create from a space of wonder, curiosity, openness, and connection to your spiritual divine nature. That's all I have for you. I already set the intention that this message find whoever it needs to find. I hope something here resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And that's all I have for you. Thank you, y'all. Keep on rising.